How's it going, everybody? Rob here, back with another video, and story time. Now, where do we even begin with this? Because, honestly, I don't want to make a video like this. I don't want to talk negatively about a freaking, well, a particular experience that I've been having, especially in terms of working part-time as delivery driver for groceries and so on. Now, I want to say right now that I'm going to do my best not to use the names of the companies that I'm using or utilizing in order to make extra cash, but overall, I just want to get my point across, because there are certain things that honestly are kind of frustrating, but I hope would get better, because in a sense, I have worked in some of these stores before in the past, and I want to say in terms of what I am seeing on the day-to-day is kind of ridiculous. Now, I guess first off, let's talk about a couple of experiences I've had working at a particular, or at least doing deliveries or jobs for a particular store. Now, currently I am utilizing one of the apps where I can basically deliver groceries and make a little bit extra cash, which honestly is pretty cool. I spend a few hours in the morning, do a couple of orders, and then that's it. I can continue my day, and then later on go to work. Now, there has been a few times where, let's say, I'm doing an order, and it can vary on what happens in the order. Like, for instance, shopping, where a person needs something immediately, and instead of an associate doing or putting together the orders, the drivers themselves could make the order and then deliver it. So that's one. Another where you just pick up, you park in the designated spots for the pickup, you notify the store, be like, hey, I'm here, and they'll bring it to you, and then you go. Another one, which I actually do like the most, which I hope I get again, is when the store has online orders that you pick up and then you deliver. I think that's the one that gets the most yield in terms of paying you. But overall, I've had experiences where associates in a particular store that I've been utilizing, or at least doing deliveries for, or deliveries from, have been, for lack of a better word, not incompetent, but fucking lazy. There's been quite a few times where I am literally trying to do an order for a customer, and things are locked up, and almost 90% of the time there is no associate around. Now, there are associates that are doing, like, putting together orders, but even if you try to ask them for help, they do jack shit. There was one instance where I was literally trying to get some hot dogs for a customer. It was a particular brand and a particular count for the hot dogs. I go to the store. As I'm doing the order, I see it. I go to the section where it's supposed to be, and they're not there. Now, all I wanted to ask was if they had any more in stock. That's all I wanted to ask. And I see an associate walking by. I try to get their attention, and I ask them if they could please, just clearly please, check the back or see if there was any in stock. The lady just points at the direction of where I'm already standing and just tells me that they're there, and then walks off. After that whole situation, I was very, very, very irritated, because not only is there no confirmation that the item is not in the store, but I didn't receive any help from the associate when that is their damn fucking job. So, in the end, I did have to, I eventually found out through the app, apparently, because I try to find a substitute, because unfortunately there are those situations where you can't find an item and you have to either ask for help or try to find a substitute. I go to find out from the app itself that they were out of stock. So not only did I waste my time with, trying to get help from an associate, but I could have just pulled up to see, if it was there or not by checking the app. But in the end, I'm still trying to find this item for the client, and I still didn't receive any help whatsoever. Now, another thing, especially in terms of like how bad this is, with almost zero presence from the associates at this particular store, everything is locked up. Almost 9 times out of 10, an item that you need to fill an order is locked up. And there are so many times where I have had to wait 20 freaking minutes, basically wasting time on the orders where I could get them done faster, wasting time waiting for somebody to open up a freaking locker for product, when in reality I could have just grabbed it and continued finishing my order, so that way the customers themselves would get their items in a timely manner. In fact, something recently happened, and actually this brings up to another point, is in terms of certain stores, because now you have associates just going off everywhere, not in their own space, but you have associates that are continuously moving around, and unfortunately there are, if they are around, no associates focusing on a particular area. I will say that in a recent situation, I was trying to find, or at least one of the items that was on the list for a customer was $15 earrings. Now, I knew right off the bat that with this particular store, it was going to be a pain in the ass to even get somebody to even come over to unlock something and check to see if the item was there. So I end up waiting for somebody and waiting and several times getting notifications of whether or not I'm still doing the order, because I'm standing idle waiting for somebody to open up a damn locker. And when they finally unlock it, the particular associate that came to help had absolutely no fucking clue where the product was. And unfortunately, the app didn't even give me the option to replace the item too. So in the end, I had to notify the client, and they end up just canceling their order. So on top of me waiting for, somebody to, assist in fixing an order or to help me put together an order, I end up losing time and money because of the incompetence of and lack of structure involving this particular store. And I want to say that one of the big things, especially with a particular store that I'm using or utilizing to make a little bit extra cash, people have made claims that, oh, there are precautions as to why they have this. It's a deal with shoplifters. It's like, you realize that how much of a bullshit freaking excuse that is. You're only dampening. Not only are you dampening the experience of people that are legitimately there to make money, but at this point, it lessens. I mean, ultimately lessens the experience and treats everybody like a criminal. Why would you have 90% of the store locked up? It makes no damn sense whatsoever. And supposedly, like, Walmart has extensive security, anti-theft tags, which do absolutely nothing. If somebody wants to steal something, they're more likely going to find a way and just steal it anyways. I mean, hell, there's been times where, or videos where people are literally stealing freaking, $1,000 freaking barbecuers from stores, and they don't give a shit. I think the biggest thing is the fact that they don't want to approach the shoplifters. They're not clients; they're shoplifters. One reason is due to legality, like they don't want a confrontation with the shoplifter, or in the event that the shoplifter, which I'll grant them this. Grant them one thing. It's like, what if the shoplifter themselves are violent and may have a weapon? Okay, I get that. But at the same time, you guys are a multi-million-dollar company. And in the event, let's say in the event that they get roughed up, in the event that a associate gets fed up and freaking tackles the shoplifter down for police to show up. And in the event that, let's say, that particular store, or at least that particular shoplifter, proceeds to try to sue the store for how they were treated, some of these stores are multi-million-dollar companies that make, how much? Let's, rough estimate, let's say like millions of dollars a day. Freaking, moving around product. You're telling me that they couldn't hire a freaking lawyer, and especially with the cameras, for that matter, the security supposedly, that they could not just deal with the situation in a proper legal way? I'm sorry, but there are certain ways to do it. And honestly, with the lack of approach that they have with certain stores, it almost seems like they promote shoplifting. So, honestly, I want to say, again, look, in terms of like doing the delivery thing, it's a fun experience. In the morning, spend a couple hours, make a little bit of cash, and there, I'm done. At times where it's, dealing with associates, I don't like dealing with associates at this point because they're either never around or they're fucking assholes. But I'm still going to do the job because, honestly, again, I make a little bit extra cash, and I'm not the only one that makes cash from these from the customers. It's them too. So, anyway, long story short, customer service in a lot of companies, or at least quite a few stores, suck. And in terms of their anti-theft policies, that should be worked on. Especially in situations where everything's locked up and you treat every customer like a criminal. But anyway, that's just me. All in all, again, I enjoy, when I do the driving thing, it is, fun and great to earn a little bit extra cash. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end my video here. I don't think I have anything else I need to say about this, but thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care, and I'll see you guys next video.